These days, all roads lead to the coronavirus, and most of us are tired of talking about it and want to get on with our lives and back to the usual topics of discussion, but others are eagerly jumping on the coronavirus bandwagon because lately they've been feeling left out. World renowned teenage climatologist Greta Thunberg is launching a campaign to help fight against the virus because apparently she's now an expert epidemiologist, too. You'd think that she would actually be happy about the pandemic because half the world isn't commuting to work every day and their carbon footprint has been dramatically reduced. But not everybody has forgotten about Mother Nature in the midst of this pandemic. Michael Moore released a new documentary called Planet of the Humans, which has upset many on the left because it says that the dream of green technology was basically a pipe dream and it doesn't work and it's too expensive. And so the only way to save the planet from global warming is to reduce the human population. Michael Moore has been too busy eating to even do the voiceover for the film, but instead took an executive producer credit because he posted it on his YouTube channel. Forbes magazine reports that the new Michael Moore-backed documentary on YouTube reveals the massive ecological impacts of renewable energy. The film shows both abandoned industrial wind and solar farms and new ones being built after cutting down forests. Michael Moore said, "I assumed solar panels would last forever, but he didn't know what went into making them." Critics on the left are upset that he dared to point out that much of the renewable energy actually takes a tremendous amount of natural resources to create. So, of course, they're doing what they always do, and they're calling for the film to be censored. Climate experts call for the dangerous Michael Moore film to be taken down. A new Michael Moore-produced documentary that takes aim at the supposed hypocrisy of the Green Movement should be removed from public viewing, according to an assortment of climate scientists and environmental campaigners. Speaking of hypocrisy, one of the themes of the film is that humans are consuming too many natural resources, but Michael Moore consumes more calories than a small village in Africa. Vox is upset with Michael Moore, saying that he produced a film about climate change that's a gift to big oil. The film, directed by Jeff Gibbs, a longtime Moore collaborator, is not the climate message we've all been waiting for. It's a nihilistic take riddled with errors about clean energy and climate activism. With very little evidence, it claims that renewables are disastrous and that environmental groups are corrupt. Well, it sounds like Michael Moore is actually right about something for a change. Others are trying to help stop climate change in more unique ways, like this woman who created a canoe out of mushrooms. You heard that correct, and NBC News is asking if fungus is the answer to stopping climate change. At first glance, her 8-foot vessel looks much like any other canoe. Same oblong shape, same pointed ends, same ability to float on water. But upon closer inspection, it's clearly anything but ordinary. Her canoe is made out of mushrooms. You know, it's good to have hobbies, but I have a feeling that's not the only thing she does with mushrooms. She dreams of companies replacing packing peanuts with mushrooms because they're renewable, and even using them as insulation inside the walls of your home. Speaking of crazy people, CNN is reporting that European colonizers coming to North America caused climate change. European settlers killed so many indigenous people that it caused large swaths of farmland to become abandoned and reforested, they said. The increase in trees and vegetation across the area the size of France resulted in a massive decrease in carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Oh well, so I guess it helped. Meanwhile, coinciding with Michael Moore's Malthusian end-of-the-world concerns are 11,000, quote, experts who signed an emergency declaration saying that the planet needs fewer people to beat the climate crisis. Actress Patricia Arquette has other concerns, however. She thinks that if President Trump wins re-election, then the human race will surely become extinct. Who wants to tell Michael Moore that he is personally, largely, no pun intended, responsible for climate change, according to scientists, since the obesity epidemic is contributing to it? It's okay, Michael, maybe you can just give up your burgers for bugs, since that's the food that will save the planet. But if you don't want to eat bugs, then you're racist, according to this Al Jazeera reporter who asked if Christopher Columbus is to blame for our fear of eating bugs. A new study says that European colonizers demonized indigenous peoples as savages for eating insects. Here's the study in the Annals of the Entomological Society of America, titled The Colonial and Imperial History of Insect Food Avoidance in the United States. Interest in edible insects has increased greatly since the 2013 report by the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization demonstrated that insects offer an appealing option for a more sustainable livestock alternative. However, overcoming the cultural bias against insects consumption is necessary in order to see widespread adoption. Seriously, they're calling you a racist if you don't want to eat bugs. A new study finds that more greenhouse gases are emitted producing the typical diet of a white American than that of a Hispanic or black person. Well, thank you for letting me know, because I'm always happy to help. Summer's just around the corner and you can feel it because, well, the climate's changing. And if you're like me, I'm sure you'll enjoy my I Love Global Warming shirt. Order yours from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And like all of my designs, you know by now, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.